Helen here with Eyes on the Game here at Sarah Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, being joined by Mr. Aljamain Sterling. Now you have a big fight coming up against Pedro Munhoz, June 8th at UFC 238 in Chicago. First off, how's this training camp going?
It's been going pretty well. I'm excited about this fight. It's a big opportunity. You know, I visualize being here, and just got to go out there, put in all the work, and everything else is going to handle itself on fight night.
Now you are riding a 3-fight win streak, coming off an impressive win over Jimmy Rivera. What do you hope to bring to the fight, against Pedro now?
I think Pedro's a little over aggressive, and I think that's going to pay. It's going to play against him, I think, and I think with that in mind, I should be able to get him down to the ground and finish him. He accepts the takedowns, and I think that's the difference between these other guys. The other guys don't want to go to the ground, where I think he's going to be more willing to go to the ground, try to look for a leg lock or something, but once I take him down, it's going to be a bad night.
Were you surprised that he knocked out Cody Garbrandt, former champion?
No, I know he possesses power. He hits these guys. He's willing to go in there and bang, make it a bar brawl. But that's not the way I fight. I fight intelligently. I fight smart, and I wear these guys down and I put them away. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do to him. And with the fight with Cody, I think Cody just does what Cody does. He gets a little bit ahead of himself. He's a talented guy, but sometimes he doesn't fight the brightest or the smartest.
More emotional, you think?
Oh, 100%. I think he lets the moment get too much involved in what actually happened. He got hit, he got headbutted or whatever it was, and he went nuts. I think a real experienced veteran is going to take time, recollect himself, and try to figure out a way to battle back into that fight instead of going crazy and just swinging for the fences and saying, let's just see who drops first.
Now, obviously, a lot going on in the bantamweight division recently. TJ Dillashaw, did that news shock you at all?
I've heard, what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. I've heard this a long, long time ago. And, I'm a big TJ fan, so I never wanted to make anything out of it and start bringing that to the media or things like that. Because at the end of the day, that's not what I'm here to do. I think all truths will end up being revealed eventually. And Cody called him out on it at the press conference, and it was kind of swept under the rug. He said he taught Team Alpha Male how to do it. So I'm going to assume that there has to be some other Team Alpha Males guys that were out there doing it, also learning from TJ. So he's been doing it for quite some time now, in my opinion, just based on the timeline and from how long ago he brought that up. I know his other tests tested negative, or his samples or whatever, but you got a guy who was saying he was telling these guys how to do it such a long time ago. It's hard to deny those facts and it's hard to deny those statements, because if he's telling you something, it makes it hard not to believe those words, and it just sucks, because I think it hurts his legacy, and it kind of makes you wonder would he even had a legacy if he was never doing that stuff to begin with.
True. But you said you've heard it for a while now, though. Who did you hear it from?
Oh no, I don't. As we say, we don't kiss and tell, but there's
I won't tell.
Yeah. There's the MMA space there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of personalities, and rumors spread fast. So whether you're doing good or you're doing bad, you're throwing dirt on somebody's name, it always comes back to light eventually.
Yeah, but aside from, like you were talking about how Cody Garbrandt said, he taught the team how to do it. And then Ali, the manager, he said that he knows at least 5 other fighters that are on it. You're smiling like you know something too.
Yeah, my thing to Ali is spill the tea. That's one of the things I'm never going to go out and say I know this X amount of people doing it, because then it puts you in a weird position where if you know these guys are cheating and you're not saying anything, then it's kind of like just don't talk about it, But with me, I just think there's a lot of guys out there cheating. I'm not gonna say I know X, Y, and Z are cheating and then kind of just brush it under the rug, So that is what that is, and this sport, I'm just hoping that USADA keeps doing what they're doing, keep cleaning it up. I know Pedro popped for something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, in 2015, Pedro popped for something, and I think it was testosterone metabolites or something like that. I made sure I did my due diligence, and I tweeted to USADA. I know it doesn't really go that far, just tweet to these guys, but I said, hey, make sure you guys do your due diligence and make sure you test this guy, because I want to make sure we're going into that battle with a equal playing field. But even if he is cheating, whatever, I'm still confident enough in my skill set that I can still go out there and get it done.
Yes, and if you do beat Pedro, obviously title shot, like I said, 3-fight win streak, beat a tough guy in Jimmy Rivera, and now Pedro Munhoz. When I spoke to him a month ago, he kind of, was thinking that he was going to get that title shot maybe against Marlon Moraes. Now we all kind of saw how that fell into place. Marlon versus Henry Cejudo. What do you think about that when that first got announced?
It made sense in terms of Cejudo was supposed to fight TJ, and TJ, the whole EPO gate thing happened, so Cejudo was still there, so his opponent kind of forfeited himself. So it makes sense to throw somebody else in there, which I get. So when you look at it like that, it makes sense. But at the same time, he's also not a proven bantamweight. So there's different sides of the spectrum. I was kind of against it. I was lobbying, to try to get that title shot and get that rematch against Marlon. Maybe if I hadn't taken that short notice fight against Marlon and that fight doesn't happen, maybe I do slide in there and then two bantamweights got to fight for the belt. But hindsight's 2020. We're here now, and I just gotta worry about the present. That's all I got. That's all I gotta do. Pedro, I know he was campaigning saying that the fans don't want to watch me versus Marlon because I'm gonna go out there and just try to wrestle and out grapple these guys. And it's just like, Pedro, you're a grappler. You're a grappler first. Don't get it twisted. And at the end of the day, I fight smart. So if he doesn't think my style is exciting enough, then make it exciting. Force me to stand up. Force me to have to stand in the pocket and bang with you. If you can't do that, then that's on you. That's not on me.
Well, look at, for example, Khabib, right? Grappler.
Yeah, 100%. Khabib time, and I like to call it backpack time. So when I take these guys down, it's really a long night for them. Jimmy did a really good job. I thought I was going to get him out of there in that first round. When I picked him up and I tried to slam him to the ground, he got short little legs, so he was able to catch his balance like a cat. But that gave me the opportunity to explore my stand-up in the bright lights, and instead of just doing it in the room. And I think I opened a lot of eyes that I can stand in the pocket, I can trade, I can move, be elusive, and strike on the feet if I want to. It's just more so, do I have to, and do I want to fight like that? Why give this guy a puncher's chance? These guys, they probably hit harder than me, but I know pound for pound when it comes to squeezing or strength, I'm stronger. So fight to my strengths, fight to their weaknesses.
Absolutely, yes, and capitalize on that for sure. But last question about the Henry and Marlon fight. Who do you think will win that?
I think size really does matter in this one. Cejudo's not a very big dude. He is powerful. He is going to be coming up. I know he had like 1 or 2 fights in the regional circuit at 135 when he couldn't make weight for 125. I think Marlon possesses the power. Henry has the speed. But I think the kicking game is different. It's going to be able to keep Henry at range. And Henry's wrestling, he takes guys down, but he doesn't do anything. He takes you down, kind of lays in your guard. If he was to take guys down and ground and pound, maybe that's a different story. But we haven't seen Marlon go to those later rounds yet, besides the one debut fight with, actually the 2 fights with Dotson and a Sunsao. So it's hard to say where his cardio game is at. But if I'm leaning towards anybody with the power and the striking ability, I got to go towards Marlon Moraes.
And if Henry does win, though, do you think that's bad for the bantamweight division?
Oh, no. Well, it's definitely not bad for me because I know I'm going to beat Pedro. And after beating Pedro, there's going to be no, oh, well, you fought him already type of thing to try to block me out of a title shot. So if Cejudo wins, I think it's honestly better for me, especially if I win my fight against Pedro.
Awesome. Well, like I said, your fight coming up June 8th at UFC 238. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on the continued success.
Thank you. Make sure you guys tune in. June 8th, UFC 238, Chicago, baby, Chi-Town.